The captain was blown out of the cockpit at 17,000 feet. For 20 minutes, he hung outside the aircraft, and the only thing keeping him from falling were the hands of a flight attendant. Sounds impossible, but this actually happened. A story that feels unreal, yet is documented in official aviation reports. And it all came down to something almost invisible: bolts, just slightly the wrong size. May 10th, 1990, early morning. A routine British Airways flight from Birmingham to Málaga. Passengers are expecting sunshine and a quiet journey. Inside the cockpit, Captain Tim Lancaster, First Officer Alistair Aitchison. The aircraft, a BAC-111, climbs smoothly into the sky. Everything is normal. By the checklist, just another flight. But hours before takeoff, something went unnoticed. In the hangar, the cockpit windshield had been replaced. A routine job, but the bolts used to secure it were slightly the wrong size. The difference was tiny, almost invisible. The engineer believed everything was fine, but not today. The aircraft climbs 17,000 feet, and then a sound. Loud, sharp, like a gunshot, in a closed room. The cockpit windshield blows out. Instant decompression. The air turns into a violent storm. Papers, objects, freezing wind. Everything explodes into the cockpit. Captain Tim Lancaster is ripped from his seat. The restraints fail. His body is thrown forward, straight toward the opening. Half of him is now outside the aircraft. At 17,000 feet, freezing temperatures, winds over 300 miles per hour. His legs remain inside the cockpit. In that moment, First Officer Alistair Aitchison takes control. He declares an emergency and begins a rapid descent. The aircraft must land immediately. Then, a flight attendant rushes into the cockpit. His name is Nigel Ogden. He sees the captain almost completely outside the plane, and without hesitation, he lunges forward. He grabs him by the legs and holds on. The wind tries to tear him away. The cold burns his skin. His hands begin to go numb, but he does not let go. Two more crew members join him, John Heward and Simon Rogers. They secure themselves inside the cockpit and help hold the captain's body. Meanwhile, the first officer is flying the aircraft. No windshield, inside a freezing storm, surrounded by deafening wind. Minutes feel endless. 5 minutes, 10, 15, each one could be the last. Ogden keeps holding on. His fingers turn white, his shoulders burn with pain. But he knows, if he lets go, the captain will hit the fuselage, and that will be the end. The aircraft continues its descent. Below them, the green fields of England appear. Ahead, Southampton Airport. Alistair Aitchison flies with precision. No panic, just focus. The runway is in sight. Landing gear down. The aircraft approaches. Touchdown, reverse thrust, braking. The plane comes to a stop. Only then, they pull the captain back inside. He's alive, severely injured, frostbitten, but alive. This is not a legend. This is British Airways Flight 5390, May 10th, 1990. The investigation revealed the cause: incorrect bolts used during the windshield replacement. Captain Tim Lancaster survived, and just months later, he returned to flying. First Officer Alistair Aitchison and the cabin crew, Nigel Ogden, John Heward, and Simon Rogers, were awarded for their bravery. In aviation, we often talk about aircraft, about technology, about safety systems. Planes stay in the sky because of engineering, but sometimes they are saved by people. Believe it or not, but this is a fact.